What if one 30-second video could help you sell more books without needing fancy equipment, expensive software, or editing skills? Book trailers are not just for fiction bestsellers, and you don't need to be Spielberg to make one. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple, professional-looking book promo trailer that you can use to market your fiction, nonfiction, or even low-content book. And you can do it all in Canva. And stick around till the end for 3 ways to use your book trailer to drive sales. I'm Rachel Harrison-Sun, and I help people turn simple book ideas into passive income streams. So if you don't know what a book trailer is, it's kind of like a mini movie trailer, but for your book. Video is a lot more attention-grabbing than just plain text or images, so it can be a great way to showcase your book across platforms. Now, step 1 is to know your objective. You don't want to spend the time creating one of these things unless you know exactly what you want the outcome to be. Keep your target audience in mind, and then think about what it is you want them to do after they watch the trailer. Maybe that's buy the book, or if your book hasn't even been released yet, maybe that's get them onto your email list so you can let them know when your book launches. If your book hasn't been launched yet and you want to get them onto your email list, instead of sending them to your Amazon page that doesn't yet exist, you can include a QR code to some sort of a special bonus that will get them onto your list. Then think about where exactly you plan on posting your book trailer, and we're going to get to that at the end. Step number 2 is to script or outline your message. A simple structure you can follow is hook, so some sort of phrase that's going to grab your viewer's attention, something like struggling to stay organized, this daily planner was meant for you. The next part is what it is. This is where you want to introduce the book, who it's for. This is where you identify your target reader, why it's different. This is where you want to highlight some sort of standout feature or benefit, and then your call to action. Tell them what you want them to do next. Again, that's buy the book, join my email list, get on the wait list, whatever it is that you want them to do. Now, if you're completely brand new to publishing and you don't even have a book yet, and you want to learn how you can generate passive income creating and selling low content books like journals, planners, and more, download my free guide, 3 steps to publishing your first low content book in less than a day. I've linked to that down in the description below. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and open up Canva. Once you're inside Canva, come on over to this create plus sign here over in the menu, and you're going to hit video. Then you can choose the dimensions that you're going for. In this example, I'm just going to do a landscape video. Now from here, you can either create everything from scratch, or you can take a look at some of the video templates. If you're going to use a video template, really keep in mind your ideal customer, the type of book that you are creating, and what type of aesthetic would appeal to that particular customer. You can browse through the templates, or you can search for something that you're looking for. I'm just going to type the word book here and we can see what we can come up with. So you can see just by hovering over the templates, these are all videos. And with the template, you can just click on them, and then you can literally just swap out your text and images and it'll retain the animations. Now we're going to create something basically from the ground up. We are going to use a few different videos and images, but I'm going to go to the left and I'm going to click on videos. And I already took a browse through here beforehand, so I've got one of my recently used ones right here. That's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to delete this page just to get rid of it. And then I'm going to click on this. So for this example, I'm going to create a book trailer for a fake daily planner that I've come up with. So I'm just going to drag this out. So this is going to be the first portion of my book trailer. I'm going to lay some text over top of it. Now you actually don't have to choose a video. You can go over to the photos. You can do a search for anything you're looking for. We can animate those things later, but for now, either choose a video for your background or a photograph for your background. And remember, you can always upload other graphics and assets that you've already created. You just need to click on upload right here. Now, because this is a trailer for your book, you're going to want to upload some images of your book. So you can create a mock-up of your book cover right here in Canva or another program. You can also create mock-ups of interior pages of your book. If you've created A+ content for your book that you're going to use on your Amazon listing, you can upload that right here as well and use that for your book trailer. Now with your video clips, you can kind of click and drag to make them as long or as short as you want. So this video clip is over 30 seconds. We don't need it to be 30 seconds. I'm gonna put it down to about 5 seconds for now, and we can come back to that later. And I kind of recommend getting all of your video clips and your images, all of your assets kind of lined up here in a row, and then we'll add some text and animations to that afterward. So for this particular example, I want to show the cover of my fake planner, and I also want to show a few of the interior pages to show what's inside. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my fake planner cover mockup. I'm going to click on Add Page, and I'm going to head over to my other design. And I'm just doing a quick copy and paste here. So you can do the same, or you can upload your book cover mockup that you created in a different program. So the next few images I'm going to use are just fake interior shots of my Focus and Flow Life Planner. So I'm going to click on New Page. And for this example, I literally just found these images right here in Canva. Again, you can upload your own, which is what I recommend. So I've got this gold detail page. Then I'm going to add another page. And I've got a yearly planner page. And at the end here, I found a video that I'd like to use. So don't be afraid to mix still images with videos. We're going to use some animation on the still images to make it mimic the appearance of video, but don't be afraid to combine the two. So this is just a nice video of someone opening up what appears to be a planner. Now, the cool thing is most of us have smartphones now, right? And the smartphones are capable of creating amazing videos. So don't be afraid to actually shoot a little bit of video of your own book. And then finally, I want to end on my book cover again. So I'm going to click on the book cover, click on these three dots. I'm just going to hit duplicate, and then I'm going to bring that over to the end. I'm just going to click and drag and stick it right at the end. So now you can see each clip is about 5 seconds. This one's 18 seconds, or we're going to want to cut each one down to 3 seconds for now. Or maybe 4 seconds. So now our full trailer is under 30 seconds, and we can always fine tune that a little bit later on. Now I'd like to go ahead and add some text. So I'm going to go back to the very first clip. I'm going to go on over to text on the side here. And I'm just going to add a text box. Now that's a bit too small, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. I also find it to be a little bit too spaced out, so you can click on spacing here. That will either increase or decrease the letter spacing, which is the spacing in between your letters. Make that a bit bigger. Now here's where your script comes into play. So I'm going to start off right away by addressing a real customer problem, okay? Do you want life to feel calm and organized for a change? Do you want life to feel calm and organized for a change? If you want to change the font, you can come up here and click on this right here. You've got your font size, color, all of that up here. Now this is getting a little bit lost in the busy background, so I'm gonna click on Effects, and I'm gonna click Lift, and then I'm going to make the text white, and we'll see how that looks. And I'm gonna just dial up the intensity here. So that's a little bit better. Now I'm gonna get all my text in, and then I'm gonna come back and animate it. So I'm just gonna copy that, click onto the next page, and paste it. All right, I'm gonna get rid of the effect here, and I'm gonna turn that black. All right, moving on. Right, so now I'm calling out some of the benefits of this planner. All right, so we're going to clarify our big goals. Okay, you can view your year at a glance. And we are going to meticulously plan each week. And this is again too dark, so I'm gonna make that white and hit effects and do a bit of a lift, dial up the intensity. All right, so you can feel calm, organized, and in control. So then for our final little bit here, we're going to do a call to action, which is the most important part. Buy now on Amazon. Okay, buy now on Amazon.com. All right, so we've got kind of the gist of it. Now we want to do some animations, okay? Because right now, you know, we've got a little bit of stuff going on, but so there are a few animations kind of already built in here, but we want to refine those. Okay, so for our first bit of text here, just click on animate. Make sure that you're on text and not page, although you can animate the page as well. So right now, so I'm just going to click remove all animations. Okay, and then we're going to animate the text. So there's all different types of text animations here. Some of them are a little bit cheesy. I'm gonna keep the animations simple for this because the whole vibe of this trailer is we wanna keep things feeling calm and simple and organized. But there's all sorts of different animations you can use here. So I'm just gonna click fade, and then you can mess around with the speed. So I'll give that a try. All right, so I'm gonna cut this down to 4 seconds. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Click on animate. All right, so I'm going to remove the animations from the current page. I'm going to click on the text box, make sure I'm on text, and I'm going to use that fade animation again. And you can animate that to animate on entering, on exiting, or both. I'm going to do both. I want it to be slower, so I'm turning down the speed. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of the rest of the text here. Once you're generally satisfied with your text animation, now you can add a few more bells and whistles, like transitions between the clips. So I actually went back and just tweaked my text animation a little bit, but now we're gonna add some transitions. So just kind of hover between the clips, and you can see this little icon here for add transition. Transitions just create like a nice, smooth transition between the two clips, and you don't have a ton of options here, but it is kind of like a nice little detail that just makes the video feel a little bit more polished. So you can just kind of hover over each one to see what it looks like. So I kind of like this match and move and the dissolve. So I might just try one of each and see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and see what that transition looks like. So I kind of like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the match and move to each one. And you can see here, you can control the duration of the transition, how many seconds. So we're just keeping it at half a second right now, but we can always come back and adjust that if we need to. All right, this generally looks good. So at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of audio. So you just want to click on audio. So you can listen to a few of these tracks. Obviously pick one that feels like it pairs nicely with the trailer that you've created, keeping, of course, your ideal customer in mind. So I like this relaxed rhythms. So I did just go up to the search bar here and I typed in relaxing instrumental. I'm gonna make sure that's properly lined up to be the length of the full trailer. First, I'm gonna drag out this clip a little bit more so it goes to about 5 seconds. And we'll see what the fade out, let's see, let's try 1.5 seconds. Okay, so I could certainly refine this a little bit further, but I don't want to be here all day, so let's take a look at the final product. So I'm gonna click download. And I'm going to download it as an MP4. Okay, not bad for a first crack. And remember, you can create your book trailer in all different formats and sizes, depending on the platform that you want to use. So let's get into that right now. Okay, now that you've got your book promo trailer, let's talk about 3 different places that you can use it for maximum impact. So first, social media: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. Post it anywhere that you've got even a tiny following. If you do have an email list, use it in your email marketing. You can actually create a little GIF out of it and send it directly in your email. If you're posting your video in YouTube, then you can include a link in your email that sends them to the YouTube page. You can also use these types of videos in your Amazon ads campaign. So from the Amazon KDP page, you go to Marketing, Amazon Ads, Sponsored Brand, and then Video. From here, you can choose if you want to take the customer to the Amazon author page or to the book listing page. Review all the specifications and considerations in the Amazon help link, and you can find that link in the description of your video. And finally, where can't you use your brand new book promo trailer? Unfortunately, you cannot put it on your Amazon listing itself, so it can't go in your A+ content, and you can no longer include these videos on your Author Central page. That doesn't mean they can't still be useful in social media and email and those Amazon ads. Now, another hugely important strategy to help boost your sales is to get reviews. If you want to learn how to get reviews, ethical reviews, fast, check out this video right here.